Ladies and gentlemen, season is here. Elk season 2024 is just around the corner, and we are in the studio today because we are going to be making our 2024 arrow setup. As you can see, I have all my arrow building components laid out in front of me, as well as this new arrow saw called the Modsaw. This thing is a great modular system that I want to showcase to you guys today because it makes building arrows at home super simplified and super easy. Before we go over more components of the Modsaw, a quick breakdown of what my arrow builds are going to consist of. I have the Victory RIP TKO Gamer shafts. I'll be using the Podium Archery stainless steel half outs. These are 50 grains. I have the AAE Hybrid 26 Sunset Gold. These are going to be my hen vanes. And then I have the AAE Hybrid 26 White Vein. This is going to be my cock vane. Wraps from Elevated Archery. These are just all white wraps. Going to look great. We're going to be building these arrows with the Arizona Easy Fletch left helical fletching jig, and we'll be weighing all these arrows and everything like that on the Last Chance Archery Pro Grain scale. Now let's head over to the workbench, get the Modsaw set up, and start cutting some arrows to start building. Okay guys, we're at the workbench here. I got my bear shafts here, and then I got the Modsaw. I set up this workbench honestly specifically for this Modsaw. Let me bring it out here. I cut a 2x4 because the Modsaw has a couple different points here that you can attach it to whatever you're going to be working on. See, as you can see there, it's got some attachment points right there that you can screw down. So I'm going to screw those down. But this is a great little saw. It's all 3D printed, and it's got a motor here on the back end, and it's 11,000 RPM. So that is really, really neat. Just like that. Now my arrow cutter is ready to rock. So you just turn the switch on here and you're ready to roll. Okay, the Modsaw is all set up here. It's screwed down to the 2x4 to make it more stable on the workbench. The motor is plugged in on this side, and the Modsaw is great because it's exactly that. It's a modular saw, and literally everything on this saw, it can slide up or down on the saw depending on where you need to be. And there's actually some measurements here starting at 10 inches all the way to 34 inches on this side. So when you set your arrow in this side to cut it right here with the diamond plate blade, you can actually set your arrow length. So for me, I go right at 29 inches. So then you just screw it in, that locks it in, and then you're able to just start cutting. And then on the other side, you have some bearings for spinning your arrow. You also have your sander point right here on this side where you can sand the tip after you've cut it. And then you also have a spot check here to check for straightness as you're spinning your arrow on the bearings. So let's get to cutting these RIP TKO arrows. On the back of it here, there is an attachment point for a vacuum hose, and I have their adapter here, so I should be able to just get this hose on the back, and when I turn it on, it will suck all the carbon dust back. Now I'm going to pop all these knocks out because this measurement on the Modsaw is without a knock. Now they do make an attachment now to where you can keep your knock on and then set your arrow in that way, keep your knock on, and then cut your arrow. Just like that, 12 arrow shafts have been cut with no carbon residue to clean up because we had the vacuum attached here in the back. Now that we got these bad girls all cut down to 29 inches, which is what I like my arrow length at, I'm at about 30.5 inch draw length. This is going to be perfect for when I put my half outs on and then also have plenty of room and clearance for my broadheads and field points. The next part of the Modsaw is that you take your bear shafts and you put them on the bearing system, and then you roll them back and forth a little bit just to sand them and clean them up just lightly on the tips there, just so that way when you put in your components it's nice and clean. So we're going to run through that, and then we will check back in at the arrow building station. Okay guys, this AAE Max Bond glue doesn't take long at all to dry, so it's just been a couple minutes. And now I'm gonna pop this off here, and we just peel these arms back, and voila. This is the back end of our 2024 archery season arrow build here. Looks like everything's sealed good, so we're good. Now we repeat the process 12 times. Now we got our 50 grain half out here from podiumarchery.com. Stainless steel, so it's stronger. Going to get that thing ready to glue in. We got the AAE Max Impact insert glue. Works really good, it's strong. I've liked it so far. We don't got to use a ton on this insert. And because the Modsaw sanded our edges, we have a nice tight seal all the way around. Take this napkin. Now we got a good seal and nice 50 grain stainless steel half out with these Victory arrows. Okay guys, this is it right here. This is a dozen of the Victory Archery Rip TKO gamer version arrows, cut, wrapped, fletched, and with a new half cert in them. Super excited about them. I really like this arrow. It's performed well for me up until this point, so I'm excited to kind of dress it up a little, change the components a little bit, and run with it this fall. These arrows come in at 482 grains, and this is with the 125 grain QAD Exodus. I really like this broadhead. It performed well for me last season, and flies really well compared to my field points. So excited about using this broadhead again. If you guys want to check out this broadhead, there will be a link down in the description below. But this is the 2024 arrow build. If you guys haven't already heard about the Modsaw, make sure you guys go check them out. It is a great design to have in your arsenal to be able to build arrows at home. Super simple, super efficient, very quiet when it comes to the saw, and you can do everything you need to do when it comes to building arrows on your own. Next, I'm gonna go outside, take a couple shots with these arrows, and make sure they fly well, and make sure we're on for this season. I wish the best of luck to all of you out there. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to stay tuned for our hunts coming this season. And until the next video, we'll catch you guys later.